Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live once again. Asylum Racing Series about to get underway here from Michigan. We had an exciting race last week. We're going to do the same again this week. It is a 2-mile track here in northern Michigan. It is going to be a fun one. We are here for one of the fastest tracks that these guys are going to face the rest of the season, and it's going to be none other than some door-to-door action for at least the first few laps anyway, before we start spreading out. It's going to be a great race. I'm your host, Adam Chapman for Esports Broadcasting Network. We're going to bring you some great racing once again. As I just mentioned, we are watching the Asylum Racing Series. Not that one, I do apologize. The Asylum Racing Series here on Esports Broadcasting, and it's going to be great. One thing I want to get out real fast is that everybody head over and check out cxwallets.com. These guys came on board for these guys, and they've done a great thing. They have given 2 of their wallets away for this league, and these wallets are like completely awesome. I'm going to be real with you. They're pretty cool. But go check them out, cxwallets.com. They're giving 2 wallets away, one for the Xfinity, one for the Truck Series, which we're broadcasting tonight. These wallets are like really nice. I'm just going to be honest. They're like carbon fiber looking. They're extremely cool looking. So go give them some love. Buy one if you want to. You never know. I may pick one up. They look pretty neat. I'm not going to lie. Plus, I need a new wallet anyway. Who doesn't? We always need them. Anyway, the guys right now in a driver's meeting here from Michigan. And let's get a fast look at the weather. You see that it's cloudy here once again. And it is going to be 81-degree track temp. So what does that mean? A little bit more sliding around. May be great for what these guys need, though. Coming off turn 2, always kind of tricky here at Michigan. This is one of my favorite tracks. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And I say that about a lot of tracks. But this, Kansas, there's a couple other ones that's out there I really like. But Michigan is one of them tracks that I've won at here. Like, I know that's hard for you all to believe that Adam gets a win. I don't blame you. It's hard for me to believe sometimes that I have actually won here quite a few times. I think I got like 8 victories here or something like that, maybe a little bit more. But anyway, this track, very fun, very fast. It's going to be interesting to see how these trucks react with this cloudy weather, because when I raced it last time I was here, it was sunny, and the groove tended to push up a little bit on the longer part of the run. I think we're going to see that again, even with the cloudy conditions. I just think it's going to take a little bit longer to see that happen, especially in turn 3 and 4. I think that's where we're going to see these trucks move up to about the middle, maybe even a high groove. I don't know. It's very interesting here when it comes to with these cloud conditions and stuff like that. But it is going to be fun. It's going to be a great learning experience for us. Let's see what happens. Another thing, very tricky to pass here. It's not your typical 2-mile racetrack where you basically just dive. There's a lot of draft that actually comes into play in a place like this. Basically, you want to utilize that draft, try to get underneath them. Maybe that car above you slides up a little bit more and you could drive around underneath. Or maybe you can use the high line for that momentum, like we would see at a Daytona or Talladega or a bigger place like that. Use that at high line. Tends to work out down the backstretch especially. Basically, you have to set the next corner up off the turn, if that makes sense. You have to get a good run on the exit in order to set up the turn going into the next corner. So basically you have to set it up precise, and you've got to be smart with your moves. You don't want to be making erratic moves, because usually for the first few laps you are fairly close here. I mean, you're bumping down the backstretch sometimes pretty much, so you got to be careful with that. Got about 1:30 seconds here left in practice, or left in the practice. We'll call it practice because that's what it is, but there is qualifying coming up here in just a few moments. So let me know right now below in the comments if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. By the way, we may be actually switching over to Twitch as well, so we'll have 3 broadcasting services, which is pretty awesome for us. It would be really good for the league. So anyway, go ahead and tell me who you think is going to win. We've seen some great racing last week. And this place can be different, though. I'm not going to lie. It is a very unique track. It's going to be a very fun track, as I keep mentioning. Right now, Rick Warpus on top of the board here in practice. He actually ran a 38.660, and I believe that may be a little bit of draft involved in that. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of guys I'm really watching in this one. Tristan Rogers comes to mind in this one. Jay Adair's another one. There's some other guys that really, it makes me wonder how they're going to perform. A guy like Sean Dower. It's very cool to see, and Charles Luttrell, we're going to see how he does tonight. And all these guys, we got about 16 drivers in here, so a good field for tonight's race, and that's exactly what we had last week, I do believe. So, 15 seconds here as the clock ticks down. I already went over the weather. Anything else? Oh, yeah, something else. Starting in October, ESPN, for my broadcast only, I don't know if Sam and them's going to do it, but for my broadcast, I know, we are going pink. We'll be pinked out pretty much. There'll be a lot of stuff pink on the broadcast, which is really cool. Really looking forward to doing that for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So check it out. You can go to our Facebook, ESPN, all that good stuff, and we'll have some details over there. We already posted some today. But anyway, here we go. Qualifying is set to open, so you know what that means. We will pop up an overlay for that qualifying session, and we will get ready to go here for 2 laps of qualifying. Who's going to be the first one out? It looks like Joe Morganti may be going out. We're waiting. They might still be getting a little bit of talking done. Who's it going to be? Also, something else to kind of speak of. These guys actually did have some rule changes over the week. We're going to go over that here in just a few moments. They actually changed... what was it they all changed? They changed... I don't want to go over everything because there's some things that I probably shouldn't say that they went over. But here we go. Here comes our first car out on track. It is Joe Morgani rolling out right now. In that number 53 is Chevrolet Silverado. Low budget on the back. Low budget TV on the side of that truck. Anyway, one thing I was talking about was the rule changes. One of the rule changes that they had was no change in lanes before the restart. I like that rule. I think there kind of needs to be like a little bit of a more explanation. They may have went over it tonight, like if somebody checks up. I think it kind of got a leeway a little bit there. And also another big rule is pit stops. You cannot go through more than 3 boxes on your pit stop. So that's going to be interesting. Right now, Paul Bilson also out. Nick Trollman also out on track. We're going to watch Joe right now because he's going to be the first one to put a lap down as he works through turns 1 now. You'll see that truck go all the way to the bottom. Right on that first seam. Looking good so far. Pretty much this is full throttle, by the way, right now. So it's pretty fast, and we'll see if we can get his in-car to show you guys the speed. 190 miles an hour, 188 miles per hour going into turn 3. Here he comes off turn number 3 and 4. See what kind of lap he does. As soon as he puts down his line, we'll jump back to Gary Schmidt. Schmidt, I'm sorry. In at 31. Him and a bunch of other guys are out there. There goes Joe putting on his first lap. He's going to jump to the top of the board. 39.115. Here's the 31. I don't know if he's actually put down a fast lap yet. Paul Bilson is out there as well, as he comes down the back stretch here. Joe right now the only guy that has put down a lap. Paul Bilson is going to be the next one. He looks really good through 3 and 4. He got on that bottom. He's going to wash up a little bit. Looks pretty good. Let's see if he drops below the apron. A lot of guys tend to. That he will. Really good lap here appears. Second place, 39.155. So it's interesting. It looks like the second lap's actually faster. Joe just put it on a 38.880. Here's Lindsey Harper. And I had some information about Lindsey, I thought. I lost it right now. Lindsey Harper out of Michigan. So this is a home track. 57 years old. Matthews Motorsports. And he used to run street stock and real late models on the 1/4 and 3/8 mile tracks. Currently not at the moment for him. Sean Dower always does great paint schemes. Running his number 62 here tonight. Coming to the start-finish line. Let's see what Sean does. Will he jump up from 8th place? He jumps back to 10th, actually. Nope, I apologize. He jumps up to 6th. Do apologize. Dan Matthews in a 38. Currently 13th. So it looks like the second lap's actually faster right now, as he works through turns 3 right on that bottom line. He looks really good here. See if he can move up here on the board. Looking to be a 38.794 from Jay Adair. Across the start-finish line. Dan Matthews going to jump up to 10th place. Sean Hamilton also out on track here tonight. If you want to know a little bit of information about Jay Adair, he's actually running a special paint scheme. He runs at 35. in remembrance of Morgan Scully. A lot of people knew online, but he was actually a good friend of his. As shot a little bit of blink there, but anyway, Morgan Scully, a good friend of Jay Adair, who is currently pole sitter. Sean going across the start-finish line. Let's see if he moves up. Moves up to first as Sean Hamilton jumps up and grabs that pole. But a little bit about Jay Adair. He does run at 35 for when he was 35. Well, he actually passed away, which is why he runs at 35. He also has his name above the door, so it's pretty cool. Good way to remember somebody. Brandon Taylor currently 15th, as not going to get his laps in. And qualifying is over. So, Sean Hamilton picks up the pole here tonight from Michigan International Raceway. Let's see. When we start the grid, we will. I like the way they grid here, though. Try to grab Sean here in just a minute. Look at your grid real fast. There you go. Row number 1, Sean Hamilton, Jay Adair. Row 2, Rick Warpus, Mark Fryer. Row 3, Brian Kidda, Gary Schmid. Row 4, we got Tristan Rogers, Brandon Taylor. Row number 5, we got Melvin White, Sean Dower, Nick Trollman, and Dan Matthews will roll off in row 6. Row 7, Joe Morgani and Charles Trail. Row 8, Paul Bilson, Lindsey Harper. And now we will talk to our pole sitter, Sean Hamilton. If I can grab him real fast. Let me grab him. Hey, Sean, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Man, starting on the pole here tonight at Michigan. Always a good thing whenever you got that first pit box. How important is it to start up front here? I know it might not be the most important thing, but it's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, in my experience, being up front is a heck of a lot better than being in the back. Biggest thing for me tonight is probably going to be avoiding sliding through my pit stall and keeping the truck up front and the tires good.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about tires. You expect them to fall off pretty early? I mean, we do got that cloud cover, which is a good thing. That keeps the track a little bit cooler.
Well, luckily, we are racing here later in the afternoon, some cloud cover helping out the track. But I'd say that the most beneficial thing was just race with my team, all our guys here tonight from the Cowie Club. We got some really good practice in, and we think we know what the tire strategy is, and we're hoping we can follow through and put on a good race tonight.
Go do some work, man. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy. We'll move him back down. Get ready to go green flag. Let's kick this race off the good way. We know what these guys can do. We've seen it. So, see if we can have another great race for these guys. Pace car. Going to drop down pit road. We are set to go racing for the Asylum Racing League. Michigan 120 about to get underway. And we are green flag. Keep in mind, no changing before the line. That is one rule they put into place. Everybody looks pretty good. Now you're going to see them start fanning out. By the way, second place right there, Jay Adair right behind him. As we start to work back just a little bit. Right now, it's going to be for fourth place. As Rick Warpus kind of slides in as the 96 of Mark Fryer right behind him in that Fanatec, or Fanatic. And that kind of balances out as well. So back here is your first battle for tonight. Brian Kidda, Gary Schmid for fifth place. The 31 looks to jump to the outside. Watch that momentum that he's going to get. A 66 right now, holding his own. It looks like he's going to be okay for there. You see that 31 dropping below the apron. 23, Brandon Taylor going to get around to the outside. We've seen Brandon Taylor last week have a solid run. Probably wish he would have done a little bit better, but pretty solid for him. Underneath, Tristan Rogers looks to take that spot away. 85 to 62 of Sean Dower. So we got a 3-car battle. Everybody else starting to space out a little bit. We'll jump up to second. That looks like a pretty good position. It is for second place. Rick Warpus, Jay Adair going at it. Rick Warpus trying to take that spot away using that outside lane. And it's Jay Adair actually in the Casey's outside lane, and then Rick is on that inside lane. Cross the start-finish line. It is going to be the two Toyotas. Sean Hamilton, Rick Warpus crossing the finish line first. That is now Hamilton's second lap led. And then if we look back a little bit further, we got Melvin White back here and Sean Dower right up in front of him. This is a great little position here. That is the 85 of Tristan Rogers. Melvin White in at 33 right now, working at, looks like it's the high line, I believe. He's working. Oh, wrong picture. There we go. And he actually does move into ninth place with that. So he takes that spot away. Jump up. Gary Schmidt, 23 as well in this one. Brandon Taylor. The lead starting to close up just a little bit here. Sean Hamilton under attack from Rick Warpus. You see the distance. Last time by, it was Rick Warpus the fastest. Here he looks underneath. The 89 going to slide up. This may be what gives the 10 to lead. Oh, I'm sorry, the 43. I don't know why I said the 10. Rick Warpus does take the lead away. Looking up front. Jay Adair, Rick Warpus once again. Who's it going to be at the line? 35. Jay Adair takes the lead. And that will be his first lap led here tonight. That is the 35 truck that we was talking about, by the way. And you can kind of see it. Let's see if we can actually get a better view. We might actually have to adjust this just a little bit. There you go. You see the name. Sorry about that, guys. I got Facebook broadcast and I have to have it up. There you see the name above the door and all that good stuff. And for second place, once again, Rick Warpus. Sorry, I had to exit out of Facebook. I was just getting tired of hearing it beep. I'm sure you guys was too. So you don't have a message. That's just me. Back for fourth place, Mark Fryer still there. Gary Smith. We got a 5-car breakaway. Brandon Taylor trying to run these guys down. Battle back up front. Once again, Brian Kidda on the inside of that 66 truck trying to take that away. There's a great look at it, that Pac-Man Chevrolet. So right now, 2 Chevrolets starting to break out from the third place. And we may have a new leader. Watch the 35 get the run, though. He may try to cross him up here. He may dive down to the inside. And he will not be able to get there. Jay Adair going to fall back to second. Brian Kidda falls into first now. That is his first lap later here tonight. And who was that? 96, Mark Fryer battling Gary Smith. Oh, he's going to slide up just a little bit. It's going to give Brandon Taylor a run as well. Here comes Sean Dower. He looked to the outside. Not going to be able to get there just yet. Oh, what happened to 38? Dan Matthews off the pace just a little bit as well. Oh, scraped the wall off the back stretch. And that's going to happen quite a bit, I believe, in this race. It does tend to happen quite a bit, especially exiting turn 2. Truck seems to push up just a little bit more. Brandon Taylor, Mark Fryer, this right here for the 4th or 5th position. Brandon Taylor using that high line right now. Trying to work his way around. The 96 is going to push just a little bit, and Brandon Taylor takes that spot away. Brandon Taylor, of course, I mentioned, done pretty well last week. Definitely wanted a little bit more from Laguna Hills, California, part of Cali Racing. Started sim racing this year, and he was mainly a road guy and transferred over to the oval side of things. So, welcome to the dark side, Brandon Taylor. One of my favorite paint schemes in here tonight. Oh, we got a caution. Tristan Rogers slow on the backstretch. And this will be our first caution of the new year for these guys. And I bet we see what happened off turn 2. Was there contact? Nope. He's just going to push up into the wall. And there you have it. Gets into the wall and keeps it up there. And then there's your caution as he went around. Everybody gets by cleanly. And first caution of the new year for these guys. It's only the second race and only 1 caution. Not too bad. That's a pretty good little run there. 9 laps in. And you know what that means? Pit road's going to be a busy place. We always talk about how races can be won or lost off pit road. It is still early in this one, so if you do make a mistake, at least you can, make that back up. So Brian Kidda going to look to see pit road. He's going to be the first one in. Jay Adair, Rick Warpus, Gary Smith, and Brandon Taylor. Sean Hamilton also, I don't know what happened to him. He's actually dropped back to 12th. He started on the pole. Not sure if something, he may have got the wall somewhere or something too. So here they come, down pit lane. And we'll be watching these first few cars. There's Jay Adair sliding in. See if anybody backs up. Everybody looks good so far. Looks like everybody got in pretty good. There's Sean Hamilton, who does mess up. He's going to have to back up. He's going to lose a few spots. Remember, he came in 12th. Race off pit road, going to easily go to Jay Adair and Brian Kidda. Looks like Jay does win it. I just mentioned Sean Hamilton a second ago. He's going to drop back, who just now is exiting pit road. I'm trying to see if he's got damage or not. Actually, a little bit of blinking there. I don't see any damage, severe or anything. So he's actually going to be at the tail end of this line. Tristan Rogers also getting some damage repaired. So we'll take a quick break, guys. This is going to be a quick one because we did not have any cars to lap down. So be right back. You're watching the Asylum Racing League on Esports Broadcasting Network. And yeah, be right back. Welcome back. Watching the Asylum Racing Series here for the Michigan 120. About to go back green flag here from the great state of Michigan. And out front, it is Jay Adair, Brian Kidda, your top two, followed by Rick Warpus, Brandon Taylor. Let's see how this one plays out. That was the first caution of the new season for these guys, and we're going to do it even better. We're going to crank it up. As soon as they take the green flag, it's going to get pretty loud, so crank up speakers as loud as they can go. Make sure everybody in the house comes running at you and tells you to turn it down. If you got headphones on, it's probably not a good idea. It'll probably make you go deaf. It's probably going to make me go deaf, but hey, why not give it a try and see what happens. So here we go. The pace car about to drop, and as soon as that thing drops, we're going to crank it up. So be ready, and we'll go quiet for just a moment. And there goes the pace car. Let's do it. Riding on board right now, you are riding with Nick Trollman, the driver out, where was it he was from? I do apologize. I thought I had it wrote down somewhere else, and apparently I don't. No, I do not actually have the information. I apologize, guys. I thought I did. Anyway, riding with him. Currently running in the 9th position. Right now running behind all these guys. Actually, right now taking a peek to the inside of that 53, Joe Morgani, riding right behind the 96 Mark Fryer. Then we got a pretty good group right through here, pretty much double file for the first 3 rows. Jay Adair able to get out front right now, leading 6 laps in at number 35. Casey's General Store Chevrolet. There's a good look at all the position battles starting to take place. You see that 31, Gary Schmidt took a peek to the inside, not going to be able to do it. How about that? Not sure what happened to Brian Kiddo. He's actually fallen back. Don't see no damage. He's actually fallen back. Remember, he started up front on that restart. He's fallen back now to 8th place. Yeah, the truck looks pretty clean. Not sure exactly what happened there. Running right now underneath the 96. Gary Smith able to hold on. Here comes Sean Dower. He may take a peek to the outside, looking inside now. Whoa, there's a dared move back there. I don't know who that was. As they work into turn 3 and 4. And the 96 once again taking a peek to the inside. At the moment, by the way, we still got all 16 cars on the lead lap as they cross the start-finish line to begin lap number 16. Here's a look so far at your race summary. Check out CX Wallix, by the way. 120 miles. 45 laps still remain. Only 3 lead changes at the moment. Not too bad for only 15 laps. You see Brian, he's running that high line. Not sure if he's doing that to save tires maybe, or something might be going on with that truck. I'm not sure. You see him right there. Started in 5th. He was up to 1st at one point. There's that 151 Paul Bilson. He's up to 12th right now. Started in 15th. So he's climbing right now as well. And a good group right here from about 2nd on back. Or from 3rd on back. No, we can go ahead and say it from 1st on back. Pretty close. Here comes a run for Brandon Taylor. Remember I said earlier in the pre-race, you basically have to set your passes up on the exits of the corners down the straightaway. You have to get a good exit. Most important thing. Gary Smith right now, by the way, battling Melvin White. That bottom truck. Gary in that number 31. It looks like a FedEx truck, by the way, even though it is not. There you go. Look at my ex-wife on the front of that Toyota. And then you see that Melvin White truck right there on the bottom as well. Started in 9th. Done a good job in that JRS Designs truck. Showing in 5th place at the moment. Then we get single filed for the time being. Everything looks. Let's check lap times at the line. Oh, Paul Bilson back here maybe trying to make a pass. Dan Matthews, Paul Bilson. And Matthews going to use the high line momentum. He takes that spot away. Move him now up to 12th. And I don't think we're done seeing Matthews up towards the front. I think he's just having a slow start at the moment. Sean Dower working inside the top 5. Trying to get inside the top 5. This is against Melvin White. Then we got Mark Fryer maybe making his 3 wide down the back stretch. Oh, not going to make it. He actually backed out of it. Now Mark is working against Sean Dower, trying to take away 6th spot. Up front, you see Brandon Taylor trying to hold off that 31 truck. As they exit turn 4, watch the momentum from that 23. Oh, gosh, I thought he was going to make contact. He's going to cross him up, go underneath. Great looking pass there. If Brandon's able to hold this spot, that's a great move. That Toyota Tundra. Right now we got 1 Chevrolet. Actually, I take it back. We got 4 Chevrolets right now inside the top 10. Oh, they got one car slow, and it is the 31 Gary Smith. We talked about the wall off turn 2. You see it right there as the sparks fly. Everybody dodges him. They do a great job. He actually does a great job. A lot of guys will not hold it up there. So a great job by him, but it is going to cost him a few spots here as he falls back. He's going to be spending some time on pit road if we have another yellow. So, up front though, battle for the lead. Rick Warpa's trying to take it. He does take it away. Slide job out of turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the 35 looking back to the inside now. Wrecking behind one. 51 is around the 38 of Dan Matthews, and more happens. Caution flag waves here from Michigan. There's the 31 spinning as he keeps rolling, and we got some trucks that do have smoke coming out the back. See if we can see what happened. 51 into the wall. 38 came up as well, and from there it was just chaos. See if we can look right here and see what happened with the 51. Really, oh, right there. riding all aboard Paul Bilson. You'll see the wreck happen right in front of him. There you go. And then the smoke, unfortunately, just comes out the back. There's the 31 going around. Second caution of the night here, as lap 22 is now on the board. And it is still Jay Adair, Rick Warpus out in front. Once again, pit road going to be open. So it's interesting because we're seeing about 9 or 10 laps before we start seeing trucks really push up into the wall. So what does that mean if you're in the truck? What do you do in that situation? It's kind of unique because when I ran here, it was a lot sunnier, so the truck would slide around a lot more. And what you can do is just let off and let it slide. That's usually a good thing, as you see pit road is open. So it's pretty interesting, but you're going to have to start backing up your corners just a little bit. I know Michigan's very tough. You're going to have to arc your truck in later and let it roll a lot more. Alrighty. So pit road is open, as you see. There's going to be some trucks taking some damage repaired. Down and away we go. Jay Adair wins the race off easily off pit road. Rick Warpus, Brandon Taylor comes off in third. Sean Dower, Joe Morgani, Nick Trollman, Brian Kidda, Melvin White comes off in eighth. Sean Hamilton ninth. And Charles Luttrell will come off in 10th place. We do got 2 cars now, 1 lap down, and you see all the trucks that are damaged sitting on pit road. They're going to have to get some of that damage fixed. You can see them right there. Mark Fryer being one of them. You see that right front pushed in, as it is starting to fix it a little bit there. Then you got Gary Smith, who scraped the wall as well. So, pit road is going to be busy for a little bit. Make sure you guys head over, check out cxwallets.com if you are interested in getting one of them things. They're pretty awesome. I was sitting there looking at them earlier, and when I first seen them, they was pretty neat. They're like carbon fiber, so it's pretty neat. A lot different than your normal wallet, which I need to grab one, to be honest. I may grab one right here in a few moments. I don't know. Anyway, next week, where do these guys actually head to next week? I cannot remember where the truck series goes for the life of me. Where does the trucks go? I don't even know. I'll find out. And we will get that to you guys. 24 laps are on the board. And Jay Adair has led 16 of them. Is it Charlotte? I think it is Charlotte, I believe. It is. It's Charlotte next week. And then Iowa. So that's pretty fun. Can't wait till we get to Kansas, though. Kansas is one of my favorite tracks to race at. Highline track, and with these new trucks, it's going to be a little bit different, but we'll see. So looking at the schedule for these guys, pretty unique. But it's fun. A lot different than what we normally see. Pace lights are off on the pace car. About to go back green flag here in just a moment. Once again, got some other news coming up for you guys here in just a few moments. We'll wait until we get back green and stuff. As the Ford Mustang pace car going to drop down this time. There it goes. And the green flag is maybe coming out. Green flag out of there. Remember, no switching lanes before the start-finish line. Looks like everybody did a pretty good job of not doing it that time. So that is one of the rules. Of course, one of the other rules was no more than 3 pit boxes going in and out of your pit stall. And you got to stay to the right of the pit lane, which I really like that rule. Rick Warpus actually falling back a little bit. Maybe not having the greatest restart. Here comes the 53. Joe Morgani underneath him in that Chevrolet. I know we had somebody pulling for Melvin White a few moments ago. There he is up on that high side in that black and yellow truck, JRS Designs. You see him right now running in the 8th position. Dan Matthews is a little slow on the pace. He may be looking to go another lap down. I'm not sure. He's not having the greatest luck tonight, that's for sure. Battle for the lead. It is Brandon Taylor and Jay Adair working down the backstretch here from Michigan. See if Taylor can get underneath, try to set this pass up. To the inside, he will go. Watch for that push up. Remember, we've seen these guys go about 9 or 10 laps before we really start seeing the tires fall off. That's been the theme so far of the night. As we are coming up on the halfway mark here in just a couple laps. Go on board here with one of our drivers. Joe Morgani watching this battle for the lead. You see that Matthews Motorsports on the outside, Chevrolet Silverado. And then Joe Morgani going to work up there with that Chevrolet and leave that Toyota Brandon Taylor on the inside, trying to take that second spot away. It is 2 Toyotas versus 2 Chevrolets. Of Sean Dowers on the bottom as well. He moves up actually to the high side now. Across the line, Jay does lead that lap this time. So far, a pretty solid race, to be honest, and that's definitely what we expected. We was just talking about Joe Morgani out of Huffman Estates, Illinois. Started out racing a little over 4 years ago as part of a Peak Antifree Series team of Dead Zone Racing. And here he is once again now fighting for the lead against that Jay Adair Matthews Motorsports Chevrolet. We talked a little bit about Jay earlier as well, owner of Insane Routes. He's been around for sim racing forever, but right now he's going to be falling back to second as Joe Morgani leads that lap and trying to hold on to it. Jay's starting to get a run on the outside. Definitely something we did expect. I know we got Casey's General Store, and I got to give my personal opinion on Casey's General Store from Jay Adair. When I lived up in Illinois myself, I lived up in Ashton, Illinois, near Rockford and Dixon. Anyway, I had Casey's for the first time. We don't actually have a Casey's where I'm at in Bristol, Tennessee. We don't have one of them. I ain't gonna lie, I know it says Famous Pizza. I personally wasn't a fan, I'm gonna be honest. Personally, just giving my thoughts on it. Anyway, up front for the lead, Jay Adair is going to use that Casey Chevrolet. He's going to take it back with that momentum on the outside. Sean Dower now working to take third. And right behind him is Nick Trollman, Brandon Taylor, Melvin White battling for the 4th position. Sean Dower, old school motorsports painter. Great designer, by the way. That guy can paint, I will say that. Coming to the start-finish line, Dower looks like he's going to take the second position, so he will jump back a little bit further. Here's Melvin White working underneath the 24-3 of Brandon Taylor. He's going to push up a little bit, almost making contact with Nick Trollman. Had to get out of the gas. This may allow the 66 of Brian Kidder to actually close that gap back up, and he's going to be right on the bumper this time. There you go, riding on board, Melvin White. So it's really unique here at Michigan with this cloud cover. It's definitely something we knew would happen with the car would get tighter on the long run, and it has done that. And some guys like it when it's cool outside. I am a fan of it personally. I think when it comes to certain tracks, I like a little bit of sun or the track to be at least hot. Michigan would probably be one of them because it does help the back end slide a little bit more through the corner, and I just like a loose race car here. That's just my opinion of it. Some guys are different, though. Some guys like it, and I don't blame them at all. And we've seen a couple cars already making contact with the outside wall off turn 2, and that's another thing that happens even when the sun's out. It does not make that big of a difference, but that is just Michigan racing for you. It tends to happen quite a bit. Oh, we got one car. Who is that? Is that Rick Warpus? It is. Probably got into the wall. Up front, Sean Dower all on the back bumper right now of Jay Adair. Dower trying to take this lead as they work off turn 4. Trying to grab the top spot. I think we're still definitely one stop away from making it to the end. I just want to point that out. As we are past the halfway, we can get a look at our race summary as the battle for the lead continues. 5 lead changes so far. 2 cautions on this 120-mile race. Jump back here. As though he's going to go around. The 31 of Gary Smith. Something else happened with this. That's twice he's actually had that problem there. And a caution flag does come out. And did he spin again? He saved it. He's had it saved. Spins right there. Pulls it back to the inside. Spins in the open. And a caution comes out with that one. I believe that's where it was anyway. As Lindsey Harper goes by. And yes, that will be the cause of the caution. So 3 cautions out. So this is actually going to set these guys up for the last stop of the race, I believe. And Gary Smith not having the greatest luck tonight here at Michigan. He's fast on the short run. And once again, I believe that was around 9 laps. So every 9 laps, it seems like we're having a caution, which is weird. 9 or 10 laps. It just seems like the tires just fall off like around that time, which is really unique. One thing I like about this league, we got a lot of older guys in here, and that makes it to me. And I'm not older. I don't like to call myself that. I'm only 32. But one thing I like about this league with the older guys, they do show a lot more respect, in my opinion, for other drivers than, the younger guys. And I know we got some younger guys probably in here, but it's just my opinion. I like it. Yeah. So here we go. Jay Adair, Sean Dower pulling into our pit box. Who's going to win the race off pit road? See if we can get up to the spotter stand. Have a great look. Up, 66 missed his pit box. Should be okay. I don't think he's going to lose too many spots. Maybe 1. Down and away. 35. Battle going to be right there for second. Sean Dower barely beats off the 53 of Joe Morgani. Probably should have reworded that just a little bit better, but hey. Alright, we'll take a quick break. Come right back right after this from a message from, I don't know, iRacing or something. Welcome back, Michigan International Raceway. We're back here once again every Monday night for the next 10 weeks now for these guys at Michigan International Raceway for the Asylum Racing League. It's good to be here with these guys. I do appreciate them having me on board for them. This is Adam Chapman, your host tonight As always, a little bit of information about some upcoming league races we have. Tomorrow night, the Western Super Series will take the track from New Smyrna Raceway. It's going to be a fun one. Going to be joined in the booth with Kyler. He'll be back in the booth with me. If you don't know Kyler, you will. If you ain't listening, with broadcaster Speed 51, does some other real life broadcasting as well. So he'll be back in the booth with me tomorrow night for 100 laps. I believe that starts around 9 o'clock, I believe. Don't hold me to it. You'll have to check our Facebook. But be back with them guys. And then on Wednesday, we got the big race once again for the Topville Racing League. 200 laps around Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indianapolis 500, the 4th annual. Over $1,000 on the line for them guys on Wednesday. And of course, Thursday, we go back to the Red Sox Racing League Road Series. That's the fun one. I like on that one. That's a really good one. For, of course, Friday, the iRacing East Series. And then Saturday, of course, for my broadcast, it will wrap up Saturday for the Wild Horse Racing League. So, yeah, that's my broadcast. And, of course, Sunday we got the new league, Southern Dirt Racing League, that we did last night, which was a blast. And, of course, we'll be back here again next week for these guys. As these guys put on a great show once again tonight. 3 cautions so far, 38 laps. It does seem to tend, the tendencies right now, the trending, I guess we could call it, is after 9 or 10 laps, the trucks really seem to fall off, especially for Gary Smith. He's had a lot of trouble over them 10 or so laps. He's the one that's been the one that's been mainly struggling on them. So I'm not sure what's going on with it, but hopefully it gets corrected and he figures it out. Anyway, the pace lights are off on the pace car. And we are about to go back green flag here once again. From the great state of Michigan. Here we go. Pace car is gonna drop in this time. And we are green flag. Backing out. Watch for lead. Watch for changes for the start finish line. Everybody does a good job. That's something that these guys are going to be paying much attention to after some rule changes this week. Oh, Sean Dower drops back. He's going to give up a second spot. Joe Morgani takes over that spot. Single file right now for the most part. Charles Luttrell back here in that 07. Working on Gary Smith. Not going to happen. He's going to try to cross him up. Looking underneath. JRS Designs working on that outside. A little bit of sparks as the 31 of Gary Smith actually in the wall once again. Not sure what happened here. Oh, there you go. Maybe ran a little too high. I'm not sure. That's weird. Anyway. So that kind of set itself up front. Joe Morgani is going to lead that lap as well. That's now 4 laps led for the driver of the 53. Actually, I apologize. That is 3 laps led for the driver of the 53. Right now being pushed by Sean Dower, who may be trying to get underneath this 35 as well and take over the second position. We're going to push up just a little bit. We're looking at 3 wide coming to the start finish line. I lied about that again. And we're going to take that spot away. Also, back and forth. Nick Trollman, Brandon Taylor, Rick Warpus, Melvin White, your top 7 at the moment. C53 sliding up the racetrack. And this right here is going to give Jay Adair a pretty good run down the backstretch. The 53 had the option to go up in front of him and put the block on, chose not to, and the 35 was able to use all that momentum, and it allowed him to get side by side once again. You see it back in actually wanting to come around a little bit for that 35. It looks like it's sliding just a little bit, but he's going to be okay. He's going to cross up the leader. He's going to try to take the lead. Did he get it? He did not. Morgani takes that lap. Barely, by the way. Nick Trollman actually takes over the 3rd position as well. Brandon Taylor a little bit loose back there. Seen the back end step out on him just now. Down the back stretch to go. You see the 66. Brian Kittle looking to the inside. Melvin White. This is for 7th place. And Melvin going to use that momentum from that high line to be able to keep that position at the moment as you ride on board to 66. See Melvin going by on the high side. We're coming down to that crunch time now. Guys are going to start pushing a little bit harder as we are 43 laps into this one. Who wants to be in victory lane for Michigan? Right now, they're going to have to figure out a way to get around Jay Adair, who did take the lead back away. And, whoa, I lied about that. Oh, he's going to try to slide job. Not going to be able to get it. Watch the momentum. But Joe Morgani may be able to actually lead this lap. Looks like he does have it. Great pass there for the 53. Really clean. So far, so good here in this run. Right here's the problem where it starts setting in. We start seeing the problem set in just a little bit around this time. As we're still watching this battle for the top spot right now. This actually goes all the way back to the 66. This is actually 8 cars underneath a blanket right now. There's your look at them. Then we got Sean Hamilton riding back in 9. Sean started on the pole and has dropped back since that. Morgani going to once again lead that lap. Here comes Melvin White, and the double zero is going to push up just a little bit. Nick Trollman down the back stretch, and Trollman actually off the pace just a little. He's going to give up that spot, maybe giving up 8th as well. Melvin White moves into 6th. Meanwhile, up for 2nd place, Sean Dower trying to take that spot away from Mr. Jay Adair. Trying to find Sean's bio, and apparently I can't. Oh, man, he's in trouble. Who is that? It looks like Rick Warpus, I believe. Got the wall, and it's around that time. Like I said, it's about that time where we start seeing trucks push up. Here's your look at the replay. The arrow pushed up. Oh, actually, it was Sean Dower, I think, made a kind of an erratic move, and it kind of caught Rick off guard just a little bit. Melvin White taking a peek underneath Brandon Taylor. As Joe Morgani starting to set sail a little bit now, out to a 5-tenth lead. Actually make that 4 tenths. Single file up front now. Sean Hamilton, Nick Trollman, and Rick Warman's working for 7th place. They walk down the straightaway here at Michigan. Once again, lap 48 will be put up on the board. 11 laps led so far for that 53 car. Melvin White trying to figure out a way to get around this 23. He did set that corner up pretty good. Let's see if he gets the momentum down the backstretch. Does not appear he's going to have enough to get there. On board now with Melvin White in 5th. He might have a good run here. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to Joe Morgani? The gap actually closed. Did he get some of the wall? I don't see now. I think he may have just pushed up a little bit too much. Oh, the 35. Oh, this is going to be close on exit. Here we go, side by side. 5-car breakaway up front. Any one of these guys still have a chance to win this race. Coming to 11 laps to go next time by. As Gary Schmidt is on pit road in the 31 truck. Across the start finish line, the 35. Actually, the 53 led that lap. Brandon Taylor now working on the high side. Sean Dower. Oh, here comes a slide. Brandon Taylor going to have to pull the truck underneath. Down the back stretch. Sean Dower and Melvin White working right there for the 4th position. Here comes that 35 with the run. Here comes Melvin White. He's going to move up to the 4th lane. Melvin's going to get loose. Almost making contact with the 62. He just let off the gas, and that settles that one. Melvin drops back a little bit. Right now, still for 2nd. Jay Adair, Brandon Taylor. As they work into turn 1 and turn 2. We got one car exiting pit road, Gary Smith, and keep in mind, Charles Luttrell. So I think we're actually short on fuel mileage, I believe. We may be seeing some guys pit here very soon. So that's pretty interesting. Coming to lap 52 this time. Will we see anybody drop in? I'm waiting to see. We do got someone else coming in. Lindsey Harper actually coming in. Wow. So we may actually be seeing some green flag pit stops, which I did not think we'd actually have to have. Lindsey Harper from Lansing, Michigan. 57 years old. Started iRacing back this year in May the 1st, actually. It was kind of a single car breakaway. How about this? Back through here. 3 wide. Make that the 31 in the wall once again. He's had some trouble tonight up and getting into the wall. And this is causing all kinds of chaos back through this way. Sean Hamilton on pit road. Will we see somebody try to make it though? I don't see anybody saving gas. Off turn 4, we're starting to see some trucks slide around quite a bit. Here comes Joe Morgani, right the first truck right now. Looking to lead 16 laps, being chased by Jay Adair, Brandon Taylor, Melvin White, Nick Trollman right now. Pit stop's not going to happen. If you do have to pit, you got to pit early. You can't wait till the last lap or so. You got to pit early because fresh tires are just going to eat you alive. To give you an idea, best lap right now for Joe Morgani is a 38.6. We're over a second fall off, which is pretty bad for how long we've been green. We ain't been green too many laps. Brandon Taylor right now. Oop, hit the wrong button. And Melvin White. Melvin taking that spot away. Falls into 3rd place. Nobody else coming up pit road at the moment. Tristan Rogers actually hit pit road. Haven't spoken a lot about Tristan after that first wreck that he had. Nick Trollman looking underneath. Not going to be able to get there just yet. Will we have any of the leaders come down this time? There's your distance, by the way, between 1st and 2nd. Pretty good gap right now. 7/10 from Joe Morgani to Jay Adair. Trying to see if we're going to have any guys come down pit road. Does not appear this time anyway. These guys may be trying to stretch it. I'm not sure if they have to pit or maybe these other guys are just pitting for tires. I'm not entirely sure. And I know I just seen a comment that said come on Luttrell. He is back in 11th, but he just pitted as well. So we'll see how that plays out here with 5 laps to go. Brandon Taylor, Nick Trollman still going at it back here for 4th place. Still curious if we're going to have to see any of our leaders come down or not. Sean Dower also back here battling the 66. Dower going to give up that spot to Brian. Brian going to take over the 6th spot. But everybody's chasing this guy. Been out front now for 19 laps. We may be seeing a battle for 2nd right here in just a moment, by the way. Right now, 3/10 separate that. But Melvin White is the fastest on the track at the moment. by quite a bit, to be honest. Over a tenth faster than the leader. But he's not going to have enough laps unless we see a caution. Or not a caution, but a pit stops. And nobody once again coming down. 3 laps to go. As Joe Morgani's trying to close that. Here's these two guys back here still going at it. Nick Trollman, Brian Kidda, and Sean Dower. Off turn 2. Up front once again. It's right here for second. As we are coming to 2 laps to go. Here comes Melvin White with the run on the outside of that Casey Chevrolet. 2 Chevrolets. Actually, right now the top 3 are Chevrolets. Jay started back in second, trying to hold on to second. Melvin White actually started a little bit further back than that. Started in 9th place. Has driven up through the field pretty consistently. As he may get a good run here down the backstretch. And he does take over that second position using that high line. Definitely something we knew would happen. We thought the high line would come in on longer runs, and we're seeing it now. 66 off the pace. Is he coming to pit road? He may be out of gas. I think he's out. So Brian Kidda is slow on the track. Not sure. Now he's getting back into speed. Well, I think he's okay. I think he might have just got loose. So Joe Morgani going to work out of turn 2. He's got another mile to go before he crosses the start-finish line. Came in here in 13th place is where he started. Driven all the way up as he works through turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, Joe Morgani is going to see the checkered flag wave, and he is going to cross the line in P1 and win here at Michigan. Second position, Melvin White, Jay Adair, but your winner, there he is. Congratulations to Joe Morgani taking over the lead here tonight and putting it in victory lane in that low-budget TV Chevrolet Silverado. Second place, Melvin White, as trucks are crossing the start-finish line. There's your look at your top 10 results tonight. Sean Hamilton, who started on the pole, 1 lap down in this one after pitting. Charles Luttrell, Tristan Rogers, Gary Smith, who was fast, just had some trouble in the long runs. A little bit of a bump there. Congratulations from the 35, Jay Adair, who finished 3rd. We're going to try to talk to him. But right now, we're going to let him burn the house down. From Gendo Gang Racing. There you have it. Out of Huffman Estates, Illinois, Joe Morgani picks up the win. Let's talk to him.
Let's blow this bitch up! Woo!
All right. Well, that's exactly what I want to say. Oh God. Well, that's a first. Anyway, congratulations on the win, man. 23 laps led. And I gotta ask you, you started 13th. I'll be honest, I counted you kind of out. So talk us through your night.
Oh my God, I don't even know where to start. I actually had some practice earlier on Sunday, running official, and I got a win in one of them, and I got a second place in my other one, and this is insane.
Man, it wasn't easy.
No, it honestly was not.
I mean, you led 23 laps, and I got to ask you because it was so many different lines to run this race. We've seen cars running high lines, low lines, middle lines. There wasn't one particular line, but you actually pulled away on that last little run there. For about the last 7 laps, we actually seen you start gapping some of these guys. Is it something you noticed? Did you figure something out? Because you was gone after that.
It's running. If you run the low line, you run it down on the bottom, right on the yellow line, you're gonna wear out your tires. You know, I guess I wore it out enough to where I could start running right on that very first seam and just absolutely pull away. I started lifting a little bit going into the middle of the corner, and I don't know, man. It just good luck came my way.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
We usually do a driver of the night for ESPN. We've been doing it for a while, and well, you got the driver of the night for us because you started in 13th. So 23 laps led, man. You know what to do. Shout outs and all that good stuff on another great race from you guys.
Oh man, I gotta give it up to my teammate Brian Kita for keeping my head straight here and making sure that I stay focused. Gendo Gang Racing is we're here. We're gonna finish strong this entire season. Also, got to give a shout out to my longtime sponsors, Low Budget TV, Big Evil Designs. It is Chad Mikos, who was here with us last season. Unfortunately, can't be with us this season. He designed such an awesome paint job. Hell, man, I don't even know, man. This is insane.
Well, man, you did a good job tonight. So congratulations on a big win, and truck looks great. So good job.
Thank you very much, and I want to apologize for the beginning of that.
Oh, it's awesome, man. You ain't gotta apologize. I loved it. Good job. We don't ever get that reaction out of people, so it's really cool. So good job tonight.
Thank you, sir.
We'll move him back down. He finishes in P1 tonight. That is your winner, Joe Morgani, picking up a big win. It's pretty cool when you have to apologize, but I like it. Good job for him. Next up, we're going to talk to Melvin White, finishing in second tonight. And he did it the hard way, too. I mean, it wasn't easy. Is he in here? There he is. Move him up. Hey, Melvin White, you got a copy? Melvin White, you got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, wasn't easy for you as well. You actually started back in ninth place, and it took a long time for you to get up to second, but I'm going to be honest, there for the last few laps, I noticed that your lap times was actually faster than everyone else. Do you think you have anything for Joe if the race was a little bit longer?
It's hard to say. He had, because these things don't draft up too tight. So, he had such a good run on me. I think it'd have to have been another, 20 or 30 laps for me to get.
Yeah, and this race was different because the tire fall off was really unique with the cloud cover and stuff like that. We would see tires fall off around lap 9, which is when we usually see the cautions around that time. Every 9 laps or so, we'd have some guys getting into the wall and stuff. Did the track change a lot on the tires, or was it, pretty much just running the same line? Because we've seen some guys going up against the wall, some to the bottom. What was it for you that changed the most?
The tires did fall off, but I just changed my arc. If you notice in the race, I didn't dive on the bottom at the start-finish line and then try to come back up and then go back down. I left the tires alone in that area and just tried to enter high and get a good arc where I didn't slide up towards.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to save tires as well, and that could have been why you was starting to close some gap or make some distance up. So, man, not bad at all tonight. Second place, definitely a way to come in here and battle back and put yourself in definitely a good place or a good finishing place. So, good job tonight. Any shout-outs you want to give out?
Yes, I do. Thank you for the compliments. Owner Ron Sirline, I want to appreciate him, getting me involved in this, and my teammate Charles Luttrell. Ron Sirline's also a driver and owner. RMC Racing and JRS Designs, and thanks to everybody, and appreciate it.
Good job tonight, man.
Thank you.
Move him back down, and we'll bring in third place as soon as I figure out where I take him. I hope I put him in the right spot. I did. And next up, we go to Jay Adair. Give me just a second, guys. I gotta grab him. It might take me a second to grab him. All right, now we can grab him. Sorry, I had to figure out what I was doing. Jay Adair finishing in third place. Hey, Jay, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, you and Joe Morgani was the fastest trucks. Let's just be honest. Between both y'all, 53 laps led. You led the most laps at 30, and still finished third, man. It looked like you had something there. Did you just burn the tires off a little bit too early?
Yeah, I got caught down there on the bottom line there on that last run, and it kind of roasted him a little bit. So by the time I got him back kind of cooled off to do anything, Joe was gone. But
yeah, Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, still a good finish, third place. I mean, it's nothing definitely to hang your head down about, especially in a place like Michigan. So I got to ask you, next week it looks like we head to Charlotte Motor Speedway, another mile and a half. It looks like that's where we go anyway. How do you feel about heading there, and do you like your chances heading there?
In all honesty, I have mixed feelings about Charlotte. So far my season's been going good, so I'm optimistic about it. But Charlotte has also been kind of one of my kryptonite tracks. Turn 3 and 4 for some reason, I just can't get down. So all I can do is wait and see what ends up in the checker flag.
Yeah, it's really unique with Charlotte. Ever since they changed the track a little bit on iRacing and with these trucks, I've kind of lost a lot of love for it too compared to what it used to be. But either way, man, good job tonight. Third place. Any shout outs or any of that good stuff you want to give out?
Like normal, Dan and Tristan for putting on an awesome league. And what I forgot last week, this whole season is dedicated to my buddy Morgan Squirley, running his number. So another good showing for him. I love this league. I love these group of guys. They did awesome. Somebody pointed out between the trucks and the Xfinity race last week, and then this week we ran, I think they said like 200 something laps under green. No yellows last week at all. So that's awesome. Great group of guys. I love being a part of it. Love the broadcast too, man.
Yeah, man, I love broadcasting you guys. You always put on a fun show. So good job tonight, and we did talk about your number and stuff tonight. So good job tonight, and congratulations on third.
Thank you very much. See y'all next week.
You too, buddy. He finishes in third place here tonight. So once again, let's get your results while I give my thoughts. Make sure you check out CXWallets, by the way.com. Joe Morgani picks up a big win. You can hear the excitement in his voice after that win. It was a fun race, man. It was kind of unique, though, with the tire fall off. Every 9 or 10 laps, we'd have somebody get in the wall. I'm not sure if it was just whether it was running the bottom too hard. And that's really what it seemed like. A lot of guys was just running the bottom too hard and they pushed up. So it tends to happen. But only 3 cautions, not too bad at all for these guys. At 60 laps, Charles Luttrell does finish in 11th. As the rest of them, Paul Bilson rounds out 16th. Dan Matthews probably not too happy as well on 15th, but still a good race nonetheless. Here's your race summary, by the way. 8 lead changes for only 3 cautions. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night, Western Super Series. I hope everybody has a great night. I know I did. It was fun. And I look forward to being back here again next week because these guys, I look forward to it. So, yeah. Thank y'all. Have a great night. Take care. God bless.